I'm a very awkward person. I was in the gym today doing pull downs, and this guy asked me how many sets I had left. I just nonchalantly said, I got 2 left. He was like, all right, sounds good. I'll just leave my water bottle here if that's okay. Take your time, it's all good. And I looked up at him and I said, all right, in like the most sarcastic way possible. And I did not mean it to be like an insult or anything like that. I saw the guy do like a little double take, like, say that again.
Say that again?
Like, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he was thinking I thought he was like weak or something like that. Anyway, when I was done the set, the guy came up, nonchalantly took my earbud out, and I just wanted to say, like, have a good set, man, and give him like a cool little fist bump because I felt bad. I felt like I offended him. But instead, I looked him dead in his innocent, vulnerable eyes, gave him a thumbs up, and tried to like fist bump him with the thumbs up. He didn't even lift his hand. I just walked away. The thing is, he probably doesn't even remember what happened. He probably forgot like right away. But I felt so unbelievably stupid. Stupid. I felt a little gross, so I took a shower. There are huge regrets in my life that have bothered me a lot in the past. Some of them are big, significant, but most of them are little things, like what happened in the gym today. The little things that have you running in a hamster wheel of death and destruction. It makes you think over and over and over again about all the stupid things you've ever done. It creates this infinite cycle of doom and despair. Doom and despair. Doom and despair. Doom and despair. Despair. If you relate to this, then you come to the right video, because I have a technique that I've been doing for years, and it could be the solution from our stupid, dumb caveman brains. Our stupid, dumb caveman brains. It's really, really simple, and anyone can do it at any time. Even you with your dumb little brain. Let me break it down for you. First, I need you to start thinking of your thoughts as a conversation. You and your brain talking to each other. What a terrible morning. Yeah, today sucks. Why are we even getting up? Wow, I love short form content in the morning. My day is going to be so productive. 3 years at the gym for this? I look horrible. What am I even looking at? I hate eating slop every day. My life is the worst. I spent way too much this month on self-help subscriptions and Andy Elliott merch. You should try out the sponsor of this video, Rocket Money. Just kidding. The conversations you have with your brain don't happen in a vacuum. In other words, they affect each other and can effectively create self-fulfilling prophecies. Let's say you wake up in the morning and think to yourself, today is going to be a terrible day. Do you think that makes you more or less likely to have a terrible day? What if you wake up and think to yourself, today is going to be amazing? Is it more or less likely that it's going to be a good day? Obviously, this isn't magic. Just thinking something will happen doesn't make it happen. However, thoughts can stack up over time. One negative or positive thought can affect your entire day, and eventually, over time, can affect the way you see the world and how you react to the things that happen to you. Sometimes it gets hard to control yourself. If you wake up at 6 a.m. for your miserable summer landscaping job, and you look outside and you see that it's raining, and you think, oh, it's going to be muddy, it's going to be wet, today is going to be a horrible day. The chances are, next time it rains during a weekday, you're probably going to react exactly the same way. Over time, this will create a habit, and you'll start to naturally crash out whenever it rains during a workday. You get cut off in traffic once. You're a little pissed. It inconvenienced you. You almost hit your car. It's okay to be a little angry. Over time, you start to get even more angry, and you start to justify it. As your crash outs lengthen, so do your justifications for why you are angry. And all of a sudden, you'll end up like my dad whenever someone turns a light on while he's driving.
That's illegal!
As you start to notice these conversations with yourself, you have to recognize that the biggest influence on your own personal happiness, your own habits and tendencies, is you. Your thoughts. If you're going to take anything from this video, it's this. If you've made it this far, I would really appreciate a like for the video. One like goes a long way for tiny creators like me. So your thoughts are a conversation. Now, everyone has had a conversation, I think. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes you talk for hours. Sometimes they can get awkward. Sometimes people say things that are a little off-putting, maybe things that make you a little uncomfortable. Things like, you smell better when you're awake. I bet I can tie your earlobes in a bow. Bro, if you're a girl, I'd definitely go for you. Smell my breath, pretty boy. You get the idea. When someone says one or all of these things, it makes you want to instantly change the subject or stop talking to that person. It makes you deeply uncomfortable. So I have a question for you. If the conversation in your mind puts you down, makes you feel worse, why don't you just change the subject? Why don't you just talk to somebody else? So how should you react when you have a thought that you know is bad for you? Now, I'm not completely healed from this. I still struggle with it, but I am 100 times healthier than I was years ago. Now, I used to dwell on the past a lot. It would be an everyday thing for me to reminisce on all my regrets, think about all the stupid things I've done. My brain and I would talk all day about how I used to do spine lifts, how I used to trap my friends' cats in a closet, countless unfunny jokes, embarrassing moments, or when I ran around naked with my friends in college. I started to realize that my thoughts were affecting me and were multiplying faster than a freshly married Bible college couple. One day I thought for a moment about the past. The next week I was thinking about it for hours. Every day. Over time, I became convinced that the biggest influence on my thinking patterns was myself, and I started to develop a system to deal with it. The key to stop overthinking is to not think at all. And I actually mean this. I'm not joking. When a thought passes through your mind that you know is bad for you, think about something else. Really, this is the key. I've been doing this for years and it works so well. Being able to control your own thoughts is a superpower. The solution isn't positive self-talk. It's to terminate the thought at the root. If we think of your mind as a conversation, then we know that when a conversation ends, another one has to start. If you're caught floating in the void of not talking to anybody, then chances are that bad conversation is probably just going to follow you. So here's a great way to think about it. Think of your mind as being a girl at a frat party, and all of those negative conversations are people you should stop talking to immediately. Yo, what's good, Freshie? Yo, Freshie, what's good? Oh, hi. You here by yourself, fam, or what? No, my friends are here, so. Yeah, whatever, man. Fam, you trying to get stoned tonight, or what? Yeah. No, I thought I'd just hang out. What'd you say, fam? You're not trying to get Kentucky Fried tonight, or what? Yo, you not like us. Me and Brady were trying to get sloshed tonight. Yo, bro, you are looking fine tonight, might I say. Yo, man, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, you down to like play tic-tac-toe in my tummy, or what, fam? Am I? Does a biscuit belong in a barn, man? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, are you alright? Yeah, maybe just walk away. Yeah. Okay. So you want to play tic-tac-toe on my tummy? No! The thing about the brain is that if you're having a bad conversation, you can't just walk away and be by yourself. Because either the weird guy is going to follow you, or you need to find a new conversation. Hey, get out of here. Out. I have a few conversations that I like to flip to whenever I have a conversation that there's no point in having. Usually I yap about the gym, how my day is going, my faith, my girlfriend, or just whatever. Sometimes I spam, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Basically, just choose something that you can talk about for hours. Something you can easily get distracted by. Some people do this naturally by keeping themselves busy with work or personal projects. They play music, they go out with friends. Now that's not always the healthiest way to do it, but it does work well. Sometimes we get stuck in situations where you can't change what you're doing, like being on a long drive or a long flight, being alone at work with no earbuds. The only thing you have to entertain yourself is your own thoughts, and you need to be able to control those. An important note is that you should not be using things like TikTok or Instagram Reels to distract yourself. Using something addicting to distract yourself will just create another unhealthy habit. If you're feeling skeptical of this, I understand. There's so many quick fixes out there for our problems that just never seem to work. But take it from me, it's worked. Just give it a try and see what it's like. Remember, if your negative thoughts can bring you from being a little pissed off in traffic to being a horn-honking maniac, then think about how far your positive ones can get you. It's the same spectrum, man, it's just in the opposite direction. Another thing you have to keep in mind is that, much like meditation, controlling your thoughts is a practice. That means the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. It's a skill, just like riding a bike, playing a guitar, playing a sport, whatever. It's not going to work for you immediately. And over time, you'll develop a habit. For example, every time I have a thought that I know is not healthy for me to be having, like when I reminisce about my mistakes in the past, I don't even have to think. I immediately change the conversation. It's become reflex for me. Just ask my girlfriend. I'm a pretty laid back guy, and I wasn't always, at least not in my own head. Anyway, I'm Corin. This was Corin's Caveman Brain, handling all of your big, dumb caveman brain needs. If you love the content, go ahead and subscribe. It goes a long way for a tiny channel like me. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.